My name's Rob Littlewood. Sheep and cropping farmers, and I grew up 10 k's that way. Just me and Jane, and we got 2 kids, Elsie and Greg. Greg's going to start school next year. So Elsie's year 1. We'll probably run at about 1,400 ewes. We bought it right in the middle of that drought, so end of 18, so it was a great idea. And we ran out of water here, so even though we still had a bit of feed, like a little bit of feed kicking around, and we could feed out, we didn't have the water, you couldn't cut the water here, so we ended up stacking everything on a 200-acre lease block there that had a bore. I think we had 1,400 sheep stacked on there and feeding them twice a day. And we come out of that, we got a couple of not bad seasons, but they were pretty wet, and anywhere we tried to crop, nothing sort of grew, and then it was just too wet. And then that flood come through there that wiped out your Yarra, and it just flattened everything. We were just 4 inches overnight, but we'd had a real wet year, so everything was primed, all the creeks, everything was chockers, and then 4 inches that night, and woke up the next morning pretty early, having a look what the damage was. There wasn't much going on, and everything was sopping, but it wasn't, the water hadn't got here yet. And then about 9 o'clock, I was talking to the neighbour, trying to work out what fences I should just cut and get out of the road so I didn't have to deal with them all getting tangled and messed up. He's like, I don't know, I've never seen it like this, but just cut everything you can think of. And by the time we were trying to push a bit of a levee bank around the house there, and by the time it was just so quick, we were just watching the fences lay over us. The Rural Ag guys, they bring half dozen volunteers out, helping us pull down and get up new fence, and I think they're going to paint the dunny there if we get time. We got a tank through the tank scheme, which is bloody handy, because we had one that we sort of couldn't do without, but it was just leaking underneath the actual tank stand that we pump water up to, so that wasn't never going to last too long, having 10 tonne up there in the air and water leaking all over the foundations and whatever else. So pretty bloody handy. And I was pretty taken back by how many people are prepared to come out and give us a hand, really. And they're all bloody good people. Like, within 5 minutes of meeting them, you can trust them, you don't have to worry about them being about your place or whatever. It's much appreciated. Anything anyone kicks it in with, really, it's not something that I personally expect, and I don't think any farmer would expect it, but it's nice to know that there are people out there that understand it's a bit tough. We don't expect it, if you can spare it, and you think it's a worthy cause, well, sure, we definitely appreciate it.